Hello everyone, Johnny Thunder, EAS&Weather, with your Day 2 Fire Weather Outlook. This should be an easy breeze, as there's really only one area to talk about, so anyway. We have a risk for isolated dry thunderstorms tomorrow across central and east central Arizona and west central New Mexico. Dry thunderstorms are pretty much thunderstorms, thunder and lightning, without any kind of precipitation. Because the air is dry, precipitation evaporates before reaching the ground. So yeah. And therefore you're just left with thunder and lightning. And it can start a fire. Lightning can start a fire if it hits the ground. Especially if the ground is dry, okay? And it can spread quickly. So anyway, the synopsis: fire weather concerns are expected to abate on Monday across the Four Corners region, though the threat for isolated dry thunderstorms will continue for parts of the central Arizona to far western New Mexico. A shortwave trough evident in water vapor imagery over Wyoming and Utah is forecast to weaken and stall over the southern high plains by late Monday. This will favor subtle surface pressure rises across the eastern Great Basin and Four Corners region with relatively weaker low-level winds. Although sustained winds will be modest, deep mixing will promote occasional gusts upwards of 15 to 25 miles per hour across northern Arizona to northwest New Mexico, where relative humidity values should fall into the low teens. Transient elevated conditions are possible, but poor deterministic agreement and/or ensemble consensus preclude it, introducing risk highlights. However, weak orographic ascent along the Magellan Rim within a deeply mixed but weakly buoyant air mass will support some potential for isolated dry thunderstorms. Given recent dry lightning over the region within a similar thermodynamic environment, isolated dry thunderstorm highlights were maintained and focused along and north of the more prominent terrain features. So there's really no fire risk tomorrow except for the isolated dry thunderstorm potential, and the isolated dry thunderstorm potential, could start a fire in some cases. So if the lightning hits the ground, because just one little spark will cause a fire. So even though there's really no risk for fire spread, there could still be still remain vigilant anyway and still gather supplies, immediately, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, toiletries, flashlight, a battery-powered radio, extra batteries, cell phone and phone chargers. In the event you might have to evacuate, if a dry thunderstorm lightning strike causes a fire. So just be ready to head out on a moment's notice. Alright, so just be aware of that. And please do not throw cigarettes on the ground, whether or not they're lit. Because one, that's littering. Two, it could cause a fire, as one little spark could cause a fire. And before you throw your cigarettes out, make sure your cigarette is out before you throw it away. For the few people who smoke, I know most people do not smoke. Most people do not smoke, but some do, so I'm offering that advice for really anyone. But again, I know only a few select people are smokers. So anyway, I will see you again tomorrow morning. So stay safe in this area here, and I'll go over all of this again tomorrow morning. Take care.